After World War II, the Allies punished Japan for waging war in Asia by forcing it to disarm and to swear off having offensive military capabilities ever again. Over time, that pacifism became part of the Japanese psyche. But today, nationalism is on the rise around the world, and Japan has not been immune to this political tide. Tensions are on the rise in the Pacific, and now Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and his backers are rethinking his country's previously peaceful stance and moving to restore Japan's military might.
I'm walking into a survival gaming spot. It's kind of like paintball. It's outside Tokyo, and it's clearly been designed to look like a war zone. You have all these guys in camo. It looks like American military gear. Konnichiwa. For the last 70 years, this is about as close as any Japanese citizen has come to being in combat. But if you ask the locals here, that might be about to change.
日本が他国から侵略を受けて一般市民からも応募しますよということになれば私は行きますってことですね。
You're mentioning the idea that Japan could be invaded. Who would invade the country?
そこまで突っ込むか
言うまでもなくですよね。
個人的な意見ですけどやっぱり中国がちょっと危なっかしいなっていうのは。
The threat from China is so obvious to these guys because the two countries have a very long, bloody history. The last time they came to blows was when Japan invaded China in the run-up to World War II. After Japan was defeated by the Allies, they were found guilty of war crimes that included the killing of millions of Chinese. The US forced them to adopt a constitution which renounces war and banned them from having any offensive military capabilities. Since then, pacifism has become a part of post-war Japanese culture, with the military confined to self-defense only. But now, that might be changing.
Today, the Japanese parliament approved a controversial policy to allow its military to defend allies in other nations, clearing the way for troop deployments overseas.
This parliamentary resolution marked a shift towards militarization that's being pushed by Japan's Prime Minister, Shinzo Abe.
今後も積極的な平和外交を推進し、そして万が一への備えに万全を期していきたいと思います。
Abe and his supporters argue that today, Japan needs stronger armed forces to defend themselves from their powerful neighbors and other global security threats. Hundreds of thousands of Japanese have protested Abe's reform efforts, which they say violate Japan's constitutional commitment to pacifism. There are a few thousand people in this protest, and they're all chanting for Prime Minister Abe to resign. They obviously feel like he's dangerous for the country. They're legitimately nervous that he could drag the country into war. Why do you think this bill is dangerous for the country?
まず自衛隊がね、戦争に具体的に行くようになることは間違いないから。
この法案を可決して本当に何がしたいのかっていうのも答弁でごまかしてたりもわからない。本当に国民の安全を守ろうとしているのか、その姿が本当に疑えちゃいます。
But another loud voice is a growing group of ultranationalists called Nippon Kaigi, who have gained a lot of influence inside of Abe's government. They want to go so far as to change the constitution to allow for attack-capable forces. Akira Momochi is the group's strategic advisor.
それはですね、そもそも日本国憲法そのものが GHQ の占領下において押し付けられたものです。憲法というのはその国の歴史伝統を踏まえたものでなくてはならない。本当に日本らしさを取り戻そうということで安倍さんが登場してきたと。
Many people see this, though, as the first step in preparing Japan to go to war.
それは単なるプロパガンダであってですね、戦争するためではないんです。日本の国の安全を守るための第一歩を踏み出しただけであって、我が国が積極的に他国にですね、押し入っていくということは絶対ありえないことです。心配ご無用です。
But the line between defense and offense is starting to blur. Japan's 2017 military budget is its biggest ever, and the self-defense forces have demonstrated that they're expanding their capabilities on land, in the air, and at sea. This is the Izumo. It's one of Japan's brand new carriers. There's a constitutional ban against Japan having aircraft carriers, and so they actually classify this as a helicopter carrier. The Izumo looks so much like a conventional aircraft carrier that other countries have complained that it's a violation of Japan's pacifist commitments. I'm on top of the outdoor elevator that brings all of the aircrafts from the hangar up to the deck. Critics have said that this carrier is only called a helicopter carrier because it's against the Constitution to have an aircraft carrier. What's your reaction to that?
固定翼を使っていわゆる戦闘機だとか攻撃機がここから出ていくっていうことはこの船は能力的に持っていませんので、何か、他国に脅威を与えるだとかその恣意的に作ったっていうんじゃないと思います。
I've been on a U.S. aircraft carrier before, and this looks pretty much exactly the same. Could this transform into a carrier that could deploy fighter jets like the F-35?
お金をかけてでそれなりの工事期間を置いて改造すればそれも、まず国民の理解を得て政府が承認をして、工事をすればできなくはないと思いますが、決してこの船は攻撃空母ではなくて護衛艦として作られて。
Not only did the Izumo's commander concede that the ship could be converted into an attack vessel, but it was also recently deployed alongside an American battleship in nearby waters as a clear show of strength. These growing naval capabilities are exactly what Japan wants to project towards China, especially when it comes to their intensifying standoff over a small group of uninhabited islands. Nationalists from both countries frequently make their way out to the islands to plant their country's flag. One regular visitor is Satoru Mizushima, an influential conservative talk show host. Hello, how are you, Mr. Mizushima? Thank you for having me. Nice to meet you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay.
ゲストコーナーです。
はい、ご紹介いたします。今日はアメリカのテレビ局バイソン HBO の記者でいらっしゃいますジアンナ・トボニさんにお越しいただきました。
どうもよくいらっしゃいました。
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me. You have a beautiful set here.
Thank you very much.
では早速話の中に入っていきたいと思うんですけれども。
Behind us, we have videos of the Senkaku Islands. What is your opinion of what's going on there right now between China and Japan?
私たちは歴史のいろんな資料とか調べて尖閣諸島が、日本の領土であるということは確信しております。まずそういうことから私たちが今、日本の領土の中で、一番侵略の危険にあるというね。
So do you think that would actually be realistic that war could break out there between Japan and China?
ナチスドイツと最も近いあるいはもっと言えばスターリンのソ連と一番近かった国がナチスと同じです。あの国はそこを忘れてはならないと私は思います。でそれを軍事利用しようともしていると。でこういう中で、我々が戦争をするんじゃなくて戦争を仕掛けられた時我々の国の海上自衛隊あるいは陸上自衛隊航空自衛隊が対応できる。だからこれは憲法を変えて自分の国で守らなきゃいけないっていうそういうことですね。はい。
This suspicion of an aggressive China appears to be growing as Japanese nationalists have also taken to the streets to demand a much stronger stance toward China. I'm with a bunch of right-wingers in the middle of Tokyo. There are hundreds of people here, and what they're all protesting is Japan's relationship with China. They're all pissed off that China keeps encroaching on Japanese territory.
この領土を中国は今虎視眈々とこれを取ろうとして侵略しようとしてだから私たちは尖閣諸島を
We chartered a boat to the Senkakus to see the disputed territories ourselves. The Japanese Coast Guard intercepted our boat and jumped on board.
Konnichiwa.
船長さんにお話ししたいんですけどよろしいですか。
So sure. Oh, first, can I just ask you, why did you stop us?
すいません。今、船長さんと I want to talk to
To the captain. I understand. Yeah, I'm just trying to understand it because I don't think we're breaking any laws.
船長さんご存知だと思いますけど、今日は漁業見習いと認定されていない漁業者じゃない方を乗せていらっしゃいますので、この船は私たちの方で石垣港の方に戻したいと思いますので。
The Coast Guard cited an 80-year-old fishing regulation as grounds to turn us away. But based on their past actions, they're concerned that an incident in these waters could spark an actual conflict. So much so that these same Coast Guard vessels will physically block civilian boats from reaching the islands. And the hostility on the water is escalating. China has been claiming, constructing, and militarizing islands in the nearby South China Sea, dangerously amping up tensions with the US and its allies in Asia. But if local hostilities did boil over into conflict, it would have major global consequences. Because the original post-war agreements also stipulated that in return for Japan's pacifism, the US is legally bound to defend them.
We are committed to the security of Japan and all areas under its administrative control.
Retired Admiral Yoji Koda was once the commander-in-chief of Japan's self-defense fleet. He made it clear that if Japan goes to war, the US is going with them.
One of the fundamental reasons why Japan maintains the US-Japan alliance, if anything, the aggression happens toward Japan, self-defense force role is to repel the invaders. No more than that. We can't strike their homeland. Japan fully depends on the strategic deterrence and strike capability on the United States. If China really goes for the military action, the cost they are going to pay is very bloody. They know that.
And Japan has the hardware and the personnel to exact that cost. Armed Japanese fighters regularly patrol contested airspace, including over the Senkakus, and they launch whenever they see Chinese planes doing the same, scrambling their jets more than 1,100 times last year alone. It's a tense waiting game between the world's three largest economies, and it could erupt into hostilities at any time.
The closer they come, the more sensitive we become, and we send our fighters to say hello. We will not fire. We will not fire. We can't, unless they fire first.